The Democrats knew about this guy. They knew. You heard the story? Democrat staffer, Democrat from Maryland, engaging in, let's just say, LGBTQ adult activities. We'll give you some time to soak into this one before we just crank it all the way up to 11. Breach of trust. Democratic senator breaks silence on staffer's hearing room sex tape. Yeah, it's a disgusting story. And I'll say this. The building should be decontaminated. It's not a joke. Everyone's laughing. Haha. I know. It's funny. But I mean it seriously. How many people touched those same things? How many people didn't wash their hands? The first thing I'll tell you is after seeing a video like this, for those that have, this is the Democratic staffer having adult relations with another man and filming it in the Senate building. Wash your hands. This is why you wash your hands. You know, you got these stories about people who will be on an airplane and they'll put their food on the tray in front of them and they don't care. And people change babies' diapers on those things. Flight attendants will tell you, like, hey, don't, wipe it off, keep it clean. You don't want to touch that stuff. They knew. They knew about this guy. And they're going to act like they didn't. They fired him. But we have this report from the desk.net, Matthew Keyes reporting. They knew what he was posting. This guy was posting that he wanted to engage in sexual activities with other men on his social media at public events. They knew. Now, whether or not they knew he was going to take it all the way, as far as you can, I don't know for sure. First, we'll start light from the National Review. Senator Ben Cardin made his first public comments Monday night since reports emerged days earlier that one of his legislative aides made a sex video in a Senate hearing room. I was angry. I was disappointed, the soon-to-be retired legislator told Fox News. It's a breach of trust. It's a tragic situation, and it's presented a lot of anger and frustration. I'm concerned about our staff and the way that they feel about this. Wow. On Friday, the Daily Caller published a graphic video purporting to show Cardin's staffer, Aiden Mace, how do you pronounce this? Cherapsky, filming a sexual interaction with another man. Interaction? I try to keep things family friendly. So let's just say the two men were enjoying each other's company to the utmost extreme, and they were entering through the exit. It's the same room where the 9/11 Commission hearings were held. And former FBI Director James Comey testified against President Trump. The video was originally posted in a group chat for gay men in politics. Senator Cardin's office remained tight-lipped over the weekend, telling Politico in a terse statement at the time, Aiden Mace Cherapsky is no longer employed by the U.S. Senate and that no comment will be forthcoming on the personal matter. Now, my understanding is that, I'll read more. While he acknowledged his disappointment over the incident, Cardin refused to provide reporters with additional details. He did, however, confirm the Capitol Police are investigating the incident. Lock this guy up. Both of them. Lock him up. Disgusting. And they better decontaminate that room, because if they don't, I tell you this, anybody who gets called in to testify in that room and they never decontaminate it, I'd say, I'm not going in that building. It's a biological hazard. It is. Meanwhile, the aide temporarily released a statement on LinkedIn, reflecting on the news, which appears to have since been deleted. Quote, "This has been a difficult time for me as I've been attacked for who I love to pursue a political agenda. You disgusting, evil, evil man. You are being criticized, rightly so, for your criminal activity in a public building. No one cares who you love. While some of my actions in the past have shown poor judgment, I love my job and will never disrespect my workplace. Any attempts to characterize my actions otherwise are fabricated, and I'll be exploring what legal options are available to me in these matters. None. You're a criminal." Now, I will say, there's a lot coming about this guy, and I don't know how they confirmed this is the guy who was doing the videos, but it's been reported widely by basically everyone. But they do say it's purported. So as for this guy's specific name, Aiden Mace Cherapsky, innocent until proven guilty. Fair point. However, that being said, in this official reporting from thedesk.net, Matthew Keys exposes that should this be the guy, they knew. They knew. Staffer who made sex tape in Hart office building was warned over social media posts. The chief of staff for Senator Ben Cardin's office warned Aiden Mays-Charopsky, is that how you pronounce it? Or is it Sarapsky? To tone down his social media posts after promoting him to a junior level position in November. Ben Cardin, shame on you. You knew what he was posting. And that's all you said? Yeah, calm down. Well, it was the chief of staff, not Ben himself, but still. A junior level legislative aide who was fired after a video surfaced showing him and another man having sex in a congressional office building, so I believe it is confirmed now, warned at least once about his risque social media postings. In November, Chris Lynch, chief of staff for Cardin, from his graduate warrant, what is this? Promoted USC Berkeley aide in Mass from his entry-level aide job while simultaneously warning him to stop posting nude and semi-nude photographs to his public Instagram page. Mays-Sarapsky affirmed the warning in a now deleted story posted to Instagram page in which he said the chief of staff promoted me and in the same breath suggested I tone down my social media. You want to see what some of that was? There's something graphic here. Here's one where he says, pictured me trying to resist the urge to suck on Representative Sorensen's gorgeous fingers. That's a sex act. Matthew Keys tweets, the whole Aiden Mays-Sarapsky situation, first reported by Henry Rogers, D.C., has been interesting to watch play out. His social media activity was well known within Cardin's office, and he posted questionable things for months, like this photo with Eric Sorensen. Eric Sorensen, U.S. Congressman for Illinois 17, former meteorologist, climate guy on local TV, 22 years. Rep. Eric Sorensen. Interesting. From the Quad Cities. What's his involvement? His profile shows a rainbow flag. We need an investigation. I'm not joking. This is a guy who was posting that he wanted to do these things, that he was posting things that were considered, that he was posting nude and semi-nude photos. He was warned to stop. They knew he was doing this kind of stuff. Who else is involved? I want to know. I'm disgusted. This is insulting. It's disgusting. Madison Cawthorn gets dragged over the coals. They say he's crazy. Why? Because he said they're talking about having orgies in D.C., doing drugs. And then they remove him. You know why? I'm willing to bet they removed him because they are having drug-fueled orgies and he's ruining the party. Well, now you see this. I think Sorensen should be asked some questions about this. What's his involvement with this guy? What's going on here? This guy posted about him. Did Sorensen not know that he was posting about wanting to engage in public sex acts? And the Democrats knew about this. Despite questionable posts, few within Cardin's office felt there was much they could do. With Lynch telling one staffer the posts were made in a personal account, and the office didn't want to come across as impeding on the personal expression of an openly gay staffer. Lynch and Cardin's communications director, Sue Walitsky, did not respond to an email from the desk seeking comment on the matter. He was fired on Friday after he was identified as one of the two men who appeared in an explicit video in the Hart Senate office building. It was posted to a Twitter account used by Mays-Sarapsky and separately published in a porn-related group chat on a social messaging app. The Daily Caller obtained a copy of the video and published a version that removed his face. In a statement obtained by news outlets over the weekend, a spokesperson for Senate Cardin's office said he was no longer employed. So I believe it is confirmed. More than 1,000 people commented on his LinkedIn post before his entire profile was deleted on Monday. Many were critical, with a gay Fortune 500 executive writing that he was playing the homophobia card while refusing to take personal responsibility for what he did. That's exactly right. Now, the issue I take, they knew. There's no way Ben Cardin didn't know. Maybe that's why he's retiring. Probably not, but you get it. His chief of staff knew what was going on. I guarantee they had a meeting about it. And they said, look, people can post what they want to post. But this guy was clearly someone who should have been vetted. This should not have been allowed. And here's the issue. As many said, why didn't they vet this guy? The reality is they did know. They just did not care. Because to them, posting lewd and lascivious content is free expression. That's the line, man. It's not free expression. Sexual activity, in my opinion, is not free expression. I have no problem with saying there's a reason why we limit obscenity, criminal activity. I'm not a free speech absolutist. It wasn't a political opinion. It wasn't an idea of what should be legal. It was him engaging in inappropriate behavior, and then he filmed a gay sex tape in the Senate building. Lock him up. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.